All right, guys. So this is everything that I know about the bulk. So I bulked for 2 years of my career. I bulked from 14 until early 17, actually. So maybe two and a half. My goal was to actually bulk for 4 straight years, but that did get cut short because my body needed to cut weight. And I knew this because I started throwing up my food and I just couldn't hold food down and I always felt sick. So my body literally needed me to like to shed this weight off, right? So it forced me into a calorie deficit. But for the time being, I got very big, very fast, and it was great. So one piece of advice is I would definitely not dirty bulk. That is a huge mistake that I made. And I thought to myself, I was just like, if I just eat all the shit I want, first of all, it tastes good. I can just do whatever and I'll just get huge. Guys, that's not true. By eating all the crap, you guys will destroy your metabolism, your cardiovascular system, because I doubt that you guys will be incorporating cardio if you're just dirty bulking like crazy. Maybe you will. Maybe that's not necessarily true. But yeah, guys, I destroyed my cardiovascular system. It was so hard for me to lose the weight once I was so chunky because I didn't do cardio and I just ate like crap. Also, guys, another piece of advice to not dirty bulk is I gained this skin condition called, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, calosis pilarsis. It is essentially where it's like chicken pox all over your arms, right? I don't know if you guys can see it, but it left scarring, right? Red scarring on my arms. I hate it. The worst decision of my life. And that's just because of all like the seed oils and all the crap in the junk food that I was eating, constantly just getting flushed through my body, through my gut. Okay, so one piece of advice is if you're considering dirty bulking, don't do it. Do a clean bulk. You'll feel more energized. It'll be easier to cut off the weight later. You guys won't end up with KP like me. I don't know. You'll actually transfer the protein into muscles instead of your body just digesting the crappy McDonald's, hamburgers. So, all right. So this is how to set up the bulk. Step number one, calculate your calorie needs. To gain muscles, you first need to know your calorie maintenance. I would do this through just a calorie maintenance calculator on Safari. Go to Safari or go on whatever you use. Look at calorie maintenance calculator, put all your information in, your weight, your height, your age, your activity level. Make sure it's all right. Guys, your activity level, make sure that it's actually on point. Because if you overassume, it'll give you too many calories and then you can just get fat. But if you underassume how much you're actually exercising, then it won't be enough. Be accurate. And if it takes you a day to just like thinking about it or even like running through your day to see how active you actually are, go ahead and do that. But make sure it's accurate, okay? To gain muscle, you need to eat more calories than you burn. This is what a bulk is. You are eating more calories than you are burning on a daily basis. You are in a caloric surplus. You are in a surplus of calories. Okay? Start with 300 to 500 calorie surplus per day. I suggest that you start with a 200 calorie surplus for the first week. And then you can bump it up to 400 or 500 the second week. Now, you do this because when you are increasing calories super quickly, you can risk your body just storing that extra fat or that extra calories as fat, right? So say you just pack on 500 extra calories just one random day, you're more than likely just going to, your body is just going to store it as fat, as extra food, and it's just going to store it as fat. So you don't want to do that. I suggest having sort of like a loading phase, but essentially it's where you're letting your body get used to the surplus in calories. So go 200 the first week, 200 more the second week, and you can add 100 on, 500 calorie surplus per day. Eat that per day off your calorie maintenance. So if I eat 2,000 calories a day, right, and that's what my calculator said to eat, then the first week I would go ahead and eat 2,200. Then the second week, I would eat 2,400 calories, and I would hold that for about 1 to 3 months. Okay. And then, I would shed it off after 1 to 3 months. You can do a mini cut and then re-bulk, but you don't want to get too chubby because you will get to a point where your body just starts storing the extra food as fat. So you need to be careful. That's what I did wrong. I didn't give my body the time to cut it off a little bit, like a 3-week cut even, and then going back into that caloric surplus. That's necessary. Okay. So I suggest bulking for 1 to 3 months and then maybe taking a week off or 3 weeks off. Sorry. Cool. So if you're not gaining weight after 1 to 3 weeks, increase by another 200 to 300 calories. This is again on your maintenance. So again, if I eating 2,000 calories, I should be eating 2,700 calories. 2,700 calories. Yeah. All right. General formula. Maintenance calories plus 300 to 500 equals bulking calories. Makes sense. Example, if your maintenance is 2,500 calories, start at 2,800, 3,000 calories per day. Blah, 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 blah. Perfect. Step 2, protein, carbs, and fats breakdown. I suggest 1 gram of protein per body pound plus 50. This is what I do. I eat 275 grams of protein even while I'm cutting. I do this because I am giving my muscles an absolute surplus. And statistics, so you guys can go look at my recent TikToks, that some individuals will not actually react with the extra 50 grams of protein, but there are outliers. Okay. And what I like to call anabolic insurance is essentially, what are the odds that you are actually that outlier? You should be, if you can, supplying your muscles with an absolute surplus to make sure that you're hitting that anabolic insurance. Okay? Just making sure that you have enough. Don't underdo it. Overdo it if anything. Okay. Okay, cool. So this helps repair and build muscle. If you weigh 180 pounds, aim for 230 grams of protein per day. 180 plus 50 grams. Best source: chicken, beef, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, protein shakes. Cool. Chicken, mostly. I love the white meats. Red meats, I suggest 3 to 5 times a week. That's what I like. I honestly try to eat steak every single day. It's hella expensive, but I like it and it works for me and I'm packing on hella muscle. But I would rather do chicken. Okay, it's white meat. It's better for you. It's usually a little bit leaner too. Carbs to fuel the muscle growth. Okay, you need carbs before your workouts. All right. So before my workouts, I would actually go and get a tub of just liquid carbs, right? It's a protein. It's like pre-workout almost. And you put it in your shaker and you just drink like 30 grams of carbs. This will improve your workouts significantly, right? Like over the moon, you guys will see a night and day difference in their energy levels. Okay, so carbs provide energy for the workout and recovery. Aim to 3 to 5 grams of carbs per body pound of body weight. Okay, maybe a little bit less, honestly, because carbs is really what's just going to add on that extra weight. So yeah, maybe a little bit less than, maybe 3 grams. You could do 2. It's going to be hard to get that in though. So, don't be mad at yourself if you get 5 grams per body pound. It's okay. Don't aim that high though. Best source: rice for sure. Oats, potatoes, whole grain, fruits, vegetables. Cool. Got it. Nice. Fats essential for hormones and recovery. So keep fats at 20 to 30% of total calories. Keep it on the low end, even on the bulk. Best sources: avocado, nuts, olive oil, fish or fatty fish, and then eggs. Guys, save this. These are the fats that you guys should be eating. When I say fats, I don't mean McDonald's. We're not doing a dirty bulk here. We were doing a clean bulk. That's why I have avocados, rice, chicken. Perfect bulking meal. Okay. How to train to maximize growth. Let's get this out of here. Progressive overload. Increase weight or reps over time. Okay, you guys should always be increasing weight. When you're working out, I highly suggest, no, we're taking this out. We're not increasing reps. We're increasing weight. Okay. Increase weight. That is your goal. Okay. I suggest a rep range of 2 to 6. On your compound movements, you should be doing 2. On your other movements, you should be doing about 6. So for bench press, I would do 2 reps. 2 reps my first set, 4 my second, 6 my third. But then if I'm doing like a fly machine, I would do 4, 6, maybe 8 even. Okay. It differs. I'll get more into that. And yeah. So focus on compound lifts, your heavy weight lifts, you're overloading the muscles. Okay. We are trying to get just hella weight on these muscles to force growth. Focus on compound lifts, squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, rows. Train at least 5 days a week, 4 to 6. Okay. At least 5 days a week. You guys should be training. 4 is acceptable. 6 is really good. Hit each muscle group 2 times per week is the best for new lifters. I do 1 time per week. I do lower volume. I hope that I talked about this. If I didn't, I'm going to look over it and we'll talk more about it. Basically, low volume is when you just hit 1 muscle group per week. So low volume workout split could be, I just hit chest 1 day per week and I hit back 1 day per week. And I just separate it like that. I like that a lot more, but you need to be a little bit more advanced to be able to push yourself to the absolute maximum for that workout split to actually work. All right. Rest between sets, 60 to 90 seconds for hypertrophy, muscle growth. No. Sorry. Why do I have that in there? 3 minutes. Rest between sets. Rest between sets, at least 3 minutes. 3 minutes has been shown to improve muscle growth significantly. I hope that I can link the source at the end of here, but 3 minutes is significantly more beneficial than 1 minute. Okay. The more rest, the better. Sleep and recovery. Aim for 79 hours of sleep per night to maximize growth. Cool. 3 bulking mistakes to avoid. Eating too much too fast, like I said before, leads to unnecessary fat. Not getting enough protein slows muscle growth. Skipping cardio can lead to poor endurance and excessive fat gain. Again, guys, you can just destroy your cardiovascular system and it will be pain in the ass to cut it all off. So not tracking progress. You won't know if you're getting muscle or just getting fat. Rely too much on supplements. Whole foods should be your priority. How to tell if your bulking is working. You're gaining 0.5 to 1 pounds per week, ideal for lean muscle growth. Strength is increasing. You're progressively lifting heavier. You feel energized and recovered. Good sign that you're fueling properly. Your body fat is under control. Some fat gain is normal, but it won't be excessive. Lastly here, 5 best supplements for bulking. Okay, so protein powder, necessity. Unless you can get it through your meats, that's of course number 1. But I mean, I cannot do it. So I have a protein shake every single day. Creatine monohydrates, boost strength, muscle growth. I'll talk about that daily. You can do 5 grams. Low key, I do 10. I'll talk about why. Carb powders, like I said, quick energy drinks for post-workout recovery, pre and post. Cool. And then multivitamin, fish oil. I'll go through my supplements. For bulking, though, fish oil is very important. So this supports overall health and recovery. Guys, this is everything that I know about the bulk. If I think of anything else, I'm going to link it in here. Probably make another video, but this is a great baseline. Watch this over if you're bulking. So